Good afternoon, everyone. Out here today, and we are between our muzzleloader season and our holiday or Kwanzaa season, however you want to dub it. And what we're doing is we're getting ready to mark this woodlot that's getting cut commercially for the first time in its whole existence. So with this new project, it's going to be real pocketed, and I'm going to try to do some drone work over the top in the beginning and then during and then at the end of that to see how it all kind of lays out, which is going to be really cool. My job in here right now is I'm marking TSI wood. My dad's marking all the maple or merchantable timber. I'm in here right now marking beech, non-desirables, and stuff like that. A little bit of ash and those kind of trees. We're going to leave some for habitat, obviously. Some of these maples I'm going to mark. This one right here behind me, she's got a bad side in it, never going to make anything. There's a split one right there too that I'm going to mark. Anything that's not like a saw grade type maple is going to get marked by me today. And I'm just going to work through this woods, kind of give you a little bit of an example. You got this edge hickory right here picking up a lot of sunlight from the south. It's going to be in here helping these trees in the future. We're going to take it, give her a slash and a stripe, or a slash, stereotypical butt mark. Even though I know the logger personally, I'm not worried about that. Dad wants a small butt mark. So we're looking at it. This conjoined one's probably going to hit a mark or two. And we're going to work down. My goal today is to work this whole flat down 300-400 yards to the border. At least get this whole flat down to the border done today. So I'm going to turn my tracker on, get out of here, but that's what we're doing. We're getting a lot of the Timberstand improvement work done. They're going to come in here with a feller buncher, and so we're doing some TSI work with it too. This one I triple striped it because we got, if I see fence in that, I'm going to give the logger a heads up. 3 stripes of paint to let them know that's a tree. What they did was they historically went up to that edge and then down the south end of this woodlot. They had an old pasture in here originally. Look at them rubs. This one probably got skitter scarred when it was a much younger tree. That's a firewood log. So anything TSI stuff we're going to cut out. We're going to leave this end of this hilltop here. Killed my biggest buck right down there in a basswood tree, actually. My biggest buck I ever killed. And then we're getting a new access put in down the border. New access road putting in down the middle / travel corridor. And then one going out the top potentially too. If not, they're going to all come down the hill and go out that new travel corridor that's going to open up in the bottom down there. So this is probably any kind of commercial harvest hasn't been done in here in any one of our lifetimes. So yeah, guys, we are gonna get to marking. I got a lot of marking ahead of me. You can see we got a lot of tulip poplar in here. We got some beech. You know, we might take a few of them out as the cut's progressing. We got a lot of good younger stock in here. This was the last stuff that was pastured, so it's a little bit behind the 8-ball. We're going to take these beech out because you can drop them real nice with a feller buncher. Here's another example right here of a TSI tree, maple. 2 on the small end of cutting, but if you look up, she's busted out. So she's never going to ever make. Probably going to have a bad side in it too. Hit that beech there. And that's the one with the dead top. She's keeping all these younger maples and tulips and everything else we're trying to save in here from getting any good sunlight. So we're going to take her out. We'll probably end up taking either that maple or that hickory out, or maybe even both. And probably that split bastard in there too, but that's in the next mark. I'm getting too far down the hill already. So that's what we're doing, guys. I'm not going to mark anything, you know, shoulder size, but anything that's going to be easy for him to grab with that feller while he's in here. We're going to have the TSI work done too. And this is going to open this up quite a bit. This is going to be kind of goldenroddy bedding on this end. We're going to have access along the border, mixed bedding here, bedding cuts going in, more intense in there in the next coming years. and just keep going from there. This guy I'm gonna leave for a snag. She's got no top, but look at all the habitat it's got up top. So you can blend that when you're in here marking this timber. And I would suggest for anybody to mark it. I mean, we got a bunch of, I mean, this whole beach flat is gonna get pretty whacked. So we're gonna mark it up, whack it off. Some of these guys that are already broke out and dead, we're gonna leave them for the habitat woodpeckers and squirrels. This basswood right here, we'll leave that guy that broke off already, because we're gonna leave a lot of open holes here. That basswood on the border is probably gonna get cut. Sorry, you can see my hand. That basswood right there on the border is probably gonna get cut, but I'm not marking anything merchantable big size. So anything beech bark, this one I'm probably gonna leave. This one's not showing any signs of beech bark, but these other big ones that are showing signs of that, we're gonna whack them. We're gonna whack these 3 big ones. We'll probably leave that one. We might leave those other one back there. Those are all busted out too. We'll probably take just about this whole top off. And we're probably gonna leave them in the woods because they're not gonna be anything for value. I mean, they're already shot. They're done. So, all right, guys, we're gonna leave. This guy, this is the best looking beech I've seen in this woods in a while. She's ugly, but she's gonna provide some habitat. You know, this one here is not too bad either. Probably could take this one, but definitely gonna take all these beech bark ones. Anything that's showing signs of that splotching up that bark, you know, we're gonna whack them. I'm guessing this is a raccoon den tree. That's all right. Leave some room for some maple. Maybe even get some cherry on this flat. We've had cherry going, you know, one way or the other on this. So the reason, I'm gonna talk about one more thing. The reason we're marking this woods south to north and then looking at it coming north to south, we're marking on the north side of the tree, is because typically they're gonna go to the border, they're gonna cut the border, work back. So with that, I wanna mark on the side of the tree that they're working towards, not the side that I'm working into, if that makes sense. So, all right guys, I got a lot of timber to mark. I've already probably nixed off a dozen trees, and we'll get some more. Anything he can grab with that buncher, and he could put little pockets in here of it as he's going. And I'm just gonna kind of work this woods off quick and get her done. We're gonna mark this whole beech knob off. I knew there was a bunch of beech here. Anything that's cat faced out or it's in poor condition, we're probably gonna whack that too. So yeah, we're gonna leave this nice young maple right here. This is a good example. Yeah, this is a nice young maple. We'll take this one with the scar and have this nice big opening for it. Got a lot of other subordinate trees we don't need to cut right now in conjunction with it. So that's a little bit what we're doing. We'll take this one off. Again, we got defect, she's gone. And getting this wood lot primed up for the benefits. So we're taking that one, leaving those two. Sorry, leaving those two. Cutting that one. And then we're just gonna work through here. Some of these other subordinate beech I don't mind. If they're really heavy beech bark, I'm gonna whack them. So we're just doing a timber walk. Because this is more of a TSI spot, probably not gonna take this maple. Probably will take these basswoods and this conjoined hickory that's next to it. This is really cool. So we got a basswood and a hickory joined at the base. I like cool trees. We're gonna leave these. I got fence in them anyway. We're gonna leave those two. No sense in cutting them, but we got a nice maple. This one actually might go because we got a really nice one next to it. And it's gonna have a big open pocket back here behind it. This is gonna have a ton of raspberry, ton of regen, and that's what we're looking for with this harvest, is just making it overall better. Habitat, getting the woods cut because it's due, and going from there. Some of this miscellaneous stuff on the edge, we might leave them, these edge trees, just because I'll fell them down into the orchard here. So, alrighty guys, there's a little 10 minutes in the timber. We got a couple other trees edge stuff we can always fell back into the edge. A freaking walnut right here. Might leave these guys. Two nice little walnuts on this knob. We might actually get some walnut back in here. We might have a decision to make with Trevor. That one's got some grapevine in it. This one's obviously really on the small side, but we'll see. I know I got a few ash up here and some more beech as I work down across this flat and stuff. So, all right, guys, let me know in the comments what you guys think of this. We're gonna take this maple and this conjoined basswood, little bastard right here, nice basswood, and he's gonna take that maple out. It's all grapevined out. You know, we got a nice young tulip right there that's shooting up through. You know, this is kind of the lower end of the timber quality on this wood lot. So we'll we're just gonna keep rolling with it, guys. So, and as you go back through it, again, you can't see what I'm cutting, but if that cutter's coming from north, coming south, he's gonna see all these marks through here. We're using orange. Our logger's not colorblind, so he can use that. We got a couple walnuts here that'll be okay. Got some support from these surrounding trees. We're on kind of the bottom end of this valley. We'll be good. Some of this other stuff, if I decide I want to make some habitat cuts with it, I can. Again, nothing in there that's worth even marking for him to drop with the feller. If I want to come in here and do some work with that, I can. But I got my stick, even though I don't need it. You're grading these to get them to log size. You know, it's helpful to have this Biltmore stick. You know, we got some nice tulips here. You know, and some of these ones might be a decision cut where we take, I'm probably gonna mark that one on the left side of that, and probably that one on the right side of that. And we're gonna let that baby go right straight up nice, as long as she's not ugly in the middle. You see what I'm saying, guys? This one right here, she's nice. Got the fullest crown. This one's got a partial spread crown. This one's got a flat-sided crown. This beech is gonna go right here. So learn your trees, guys. I mean, we're looking at maybe 10 total in this wood lot. Tulips, red maple, red maple in the wet spot up there, red oak, white oak, etc. We're gonna take this beech, take this ugly maple here. So anything that's TSI cut stuff. And then Dad can look at this when he goes down to the border and works back. He can see what I've already marked and make his decisions on what to do going forward. But this is a great tulip over the top. Problem is, you got 3 of them growing right tight, but you got a nice one here for spacing. We'll probably take that ugly one that's just breeding grapevines and try to save these. Like I said, we're managing this also for the next timber cut. We're not just looking at this one. We're gonna open the woods up, make some forage, bedding pockets along with it, new access going with it. She's taking canopy space. So take that one out. We'll leave that hickory. I don't mind a little hickory for a little diversity. You know, this maple here behind me. Start looking up, guys. They'll tell you. This guy right here. See the top's getting a little funky. We're gonna mark that one for the TSI stuff. Like I said, this knob's the TSI knob. The stuff on top, we've already marked 2 loads to come out of that, and we didn't even get halfway down the ridge. So some of this beech just gonna get laid down for firewood. You know, not expecting a ton from it, but this big guy, you know, she's not gonna get any better. She's already got some pocketing starting on it. You got a cat face down here, taking up a decent amount of crown space. Probably take this hickory right next to it too. That leaning guy. We got a couple ash in here. If they're any good, we'll find out. And then the edge trees we can always fell back. But new access is coming right down through there, right down along this edge. Being able to slip up on the backside of this bedding and stuff. So that's what we're doing, guys. Gonna work this right through. And that's why fence line took a cut here. So, all right, guys, this big basswood here. I don't see any fence in it, but all right, we're gonna get to it. I'm jabbering, talking, giving little tips and tricks as I go. But if anybody's wondering, biggest buck I ever killed him out of that stand up on that flat where I walked across. So hot doe actually grunted to a subordinate buck that was all busted up, and I wanted to get a video of him. That big old 10-pointer, mid 140s, comes in and says, "Where's this buck at?" And I said, "I'll shoot you at 12 yards. So I shot that biggest buck right back here. Right about there. There's an apple tree that used to be there. I shot him right there. He ducked it, came up right under the stand, turned around, took a couple jump steps, and then put the old 12 gauge on him and let him have it. So, yeah, I don't know if these ash are going to be any good, but take this ash, take that basswood, that big leaning basswood. Since he's in here, anything that's taking up crown and canopy, we're going to work it off. We're going to work off this edge. There's an old skid road, or orchard road, came down along this border. That's going to be the access with the ditch, and then being able to get down in here to hunt this more effectively. But this ash, that ash, this one, kind of going to open up a lot of nice sunlight down here on this side of it. So, all right, guys, we're going to keep going, and that leaves room for a lot of nice maples like that one behind me. And further down, there's some nice maples, but I'm not marking any of that. I'm just marking TSI and heading north. So, thank you all for tuning into this. If you want to see more videos like this in the field, etc., let me know in the comments below. And I'll catch you all next time here. Ben Williams of Whitetail Properties, Ranch and Farm Auctions, and 100 Proof Whitetails Podcast. Another ugly maple, or ash tree. Son of a gun. All right, guys. Catch y'all next time in the field. See ya.